Hey y'all! In today's video, I'm going to show you some decor ideas that can go from Christmas straight into the winter season. Let's go do it! Welcome everybody! I'm Robin and I am so ready to get into some winter decor DIYs. For the first DIY, you'll need some scrapbook paper, one of the larger decor boxes from Dollar Tree, a wooden snowman. I happen to have gotten mine at Michael's. And you'll also need the Let It Snow cutout from Dollar Tree and some of the wooden snowflakes from Dollar Tree. You also need some paint and your brush and glue gun. So the first thing I did was just pop out the back, trace it off on my scrapbook paper, of course, cut it out, and then using my favorite glue stick, which is the disappearing purple glue, I just stuck it right down. I love this method because you don't get any wrinkles, bubbles, and it dries perfect. So then I just popped it right back in the back of the frame, no problem. Then I'm giving just a light sand to my little wood snowman. I love this snowman because it has that shiplap look on one side and it's smooth on the other. So you could use either side. Now I'm filling in the hole at the top because I'm not going to use it as an ornament. And this is a pretty cool little trick. If you don't have any spackle, you can use hot glue. Just fill it in from the top, from the front side, and from the back side. I'm going for a rustic look, of course, on all of these projects. So I'm applying my Waverly chalk paint and ink using a baby wipe. This just gives it a more, I don't know, like a washed or stained look. So I'm just applying the black to the snowman's hat and the brim. Now I'm going to use the same baby wipe technique when I apply my antique wax to the body of the snowman. I'm kind of going for, I don't know, I kind of nicknamed it a reverse distress look. I don't even know if that's a thing, but I'm applying the antique wax to the body with the baby wipe and also going around all the sides of the snowman just to give him that worn, rustic look. So not only do all of today's DIYs have that warm, rustic look, but they all contain snowflakes, which is part of the challenge that I'm involved in called My Take on the Snowflake. Now, here I am taking my Waverly chalk paint and plaster and just lightly distressing my snowman and his hat. Like I said, this is what I'm calling a reverse distress, but I just got a little bit of the paint on my brush and I'm just kind of hitting at it. Wherever I think it looks good, I'm just kind of going over it. I do the same technique to my Let It Snow cutout word, and I'm applying some of the plaster to my snowflakes. And then I will come back in with some of the silver lining chalk paint just to give it a little more layer of color, a little more wintry feel. I chose the silver lining color because it went really well with the scrapbook paper, which also has it has a worn look to it, which you'll see in the final reveal. So I decided to use a little of the silver lining on my Let It Snow cutout. Again, just kind of hitting at it with my brush, no rhyme or reason. And you could totally do this in your own color scheme to match your home's decor. I just was looking for a really wintry, um, rustic look, just kind of warm, cozy, fuzzy. That's kind of what I was going for with all these projects. So the next steps are simply just gluing our pieces together. I glued the Let It Snow to my snowman. And here I'm just using the little blocks that were on the original decor piece to kind of elevate the snowman. I just didn't want it to be flat. I wanted some dimension to it. And then I'm just simply hot gluing down my snowflakes. And that's all there was to this. Very simple and very rustic and wintry. Now, as I mentioned earlier, all of my DIYs today have snowflakes. And this is part of the My Take on the Snowflake Open Playlist Challenge, hosted by 6 kids and a glue gun, crafty hints, and Rustic and Lace DIY. There will be a playlist in the description box below with some fantastic inspiration, along with the links to all the host channels. So be sure to check them out. For the next DIY, you're going to need a grapevine wreath, 24 clothespins, some paint color of your choice. I chose plaster, some antique Waverly wax, and some ribbon. So to begin, we're just going to simply pop the clothespins apart. Real simple, real easy. They just snap apart, and we're going to do that to all of them. Next, we're going to glue them together with the flat sides. It has like a, groove side and a flat side. You want to glue your flat sides together. Next, we're going to form our snowflake. So I started with 2 there in the center, and I hot glued them end to end. And now I'm simply coming in vertically and doing the same thing. Just hot gluing them together, putting a little pressure on there, getting it to hold. Because I'm making an 8 prong, I don't know what else to call it, snowflake. So here I'm just filling in with the other snowflakes. Just it's hard to explain. You're better off just to watch me. We're going to repeat this step 2 more times because we're going to end up making a total of 3 of these snowflakes. Now, once I got them together, I cut some craft sticks apart just in little pieces. And on the back of each snowflake, I glued some of the pieces down just to give them some more stability because I didn't want them falling apart. Next, I'm giving just a, I don't know, dry brush with my plaster chalk paint. I wasn't going for full coverage at all. I wanted these to be rustic because I'm going to be going in with my antique wax here and just kind of hit and miss. Wherever I think, I want a little rustic touch is where I am putting my antique wax. So I just like to dip my brush in the lid and then dab off the excess either on my paper there or a paper towel and really just do it that way. That way I don't get too much. And I do that to all of the snowflakes. I next took some snowflakes that I picked up at Hobby Lobby. And this was a great deal. You get like 54 pieces for, I think they were $4.99, but I caught them 50% off. So 250, great deal. And I just hot glued a different small snowflake to the center of the big ones. If you love DIY videos, the farmhouse style, I would love it if you would consider subscribing to my channel. Love to have you join my little community here on YouTube. We are growing by leaps and bounds. So to be able to attach these to our wreath, I hot glued a piece of jute to the back of each snowflake and then covered the jute with some more hot glue and a piece of craft stick. Then I just attached my snowflakes to the grapevine wreath by tying the jute into multiple little double knots. Once I had all the double knots tied, tight, then I just trimmed off the excess and added a dab of hot glue for just some extra insurance. Now comes the fun part of adding your florals. So I just got some pieces of pine from a garland that I had. I picked up the frosty leafy greenery there from Walmart. I believe it was 98 cents. I didn't end up using the eucalyptus. But what I love about making the grapevine wreaths is that your stems, they just stick down in there. But I am adding some hot glue just for extra because I'm extra. This turns out so pretty, so wintry, and very rustic. I love it. So I just cut off some small pieces of the wintry leaves and added them here and there. Added a bow, and she's ready for my front door after Christmas. Now, I don't know if you guys noticed, but I'm trying some different camera angles, a few little different things in this video. So you guys comment below and let me know what you think. Am I improving on my videos? Tell me what I need to do. Give me some suggestions. For the third DIY, you'll need 4 of the mini palettes from Dollar Tree, some Mod Podge, ground cinnamon, and I'm using a metal snowflake that I got from Hobby Lobby. We're just going to make a box. And I thought it would be cute to be able to switch out between seasons. So I'm just gluing 2 of them together. As you see here, I'm gluing the little support pieces that are on the back side of the pallets together. You'll see what I'm doing. It's easier to see it than me to explain it. And I just do the same thing to the other 2, making sure they were straight by using my carpenter square. Then adding some more hot glue to the inside of the joints to make sure that it's super secure. Now, I got a little off there. Mine turned out a little wonky, but that's okay because Robin's a little wonky too. Now, to go for that really rustic look, this is my favorite technique for making things look old and rusty. You want to apply a generous coat of Mod Podge to your piece and then cover it with the ground cinnamon, tap off the excess, and then apply some more cinnamon and let it dry. And guys, this technique looks exactly like rust. I love this technique. Love it. Love it. Let me know what you guys think. Have you ever tried this method before? Because it's my absolute favorite for rusting pieces. Now, to be able to change it out for the different seasons, I'm just attaching the snowflake with a little bit of hot glue to the inside of the box using the string that it came with. And to keep it from kind of flopping back and forth on the front, I'm using just a dab of hot glue, applying it to the wood. That's important when you're hot gluing metal. Apply it to the other. Don't apply it to the metal first. Apply it to the other surface, and it's no problem. This way, there's not a lot of glue to remove. I can change it out come springtime and change out my decor. Now, I put a jar that I got from the Dollar Tree on the inside, and I'm adding some of these beautiful dark berries. I love the darker colors, and just some extra greenery that I had. You could also put in a LED candle. That would be pretty as well. Okay, y'all. So I want to know who's still here. So in the comment box below, let's see. Let me know in the comment box below who has finished all their Christmas shopping because I have not at all. But here are all of our projects for today. I think my favorite is the little Let It Snow with the snowman because y'all know me. I love my snowman. I think that's my favorite for today. I love the paper, just the rustic feel of it. Then there's the wreath, which I love as well. I love it. But you guys let me know what is your favorite from today and which project are you most likely to try? If you're looking for even more winter decor inspiration, I will have a playlist linked below that you'll have to check out. Thank you guys so very much for joining me today on another video. I appreciate y'all more than you know. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, comment, share it with your friends and family. And until next time, y'all go get your craft on.